What did that blow? Is that?
Oh, I think it's the water.
Oh, those poor people.
Oh my gosh. Poor guys. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh no.
Oh no, it's really.
Oh no.
17 people are confirmed dead after a duck boat carrying tourists and 2 crew members sank near Branson, Missouri. The deceased include children, adults, and the elderly.
Again, I said it's been a long night and been a very trying night.
We had boats out there where it was perfectly calm, and then we had a high-speed wind system that just came out of nowhere and out of that storm front.
But did the wind come out of nowhere? A severe thunderstorm warning was in fact issued for surrounding areas 15 minutes before the last duck boat tour was scheduled to start. Another warning was issued for the lake about a half an hour before reports came in of the boat sinking. Joining us now is Colleen Johnson. She's a former duck boat captain and was with Boston Duck Tours for more than a decade. Such a sad story. Let's talk a little bit about this, Colleen. Wind gusts on the lake reached, what, 63 miles per hour. Is it normal to be on the water during storm warnings along these lines?
Well, I mean, to be out on the water during a storm warning, probably not that abnormal, I guess. The 65-mile-an-hour winds, it sounds like they came pretty quick. I would have to imagine that came once they were already in the water. I can't imagine anyone would have gone in the water with 65-mile-an-hour winds.
Yeah, I agree. We understand that there were life jackets on the boat that capsized, but there's no regulation, I take it, requiring they actually be worn. Why not?
I mean, on a normal day, the water's so calm, there's generally not a problem. It's standard procedure to don life preservers in the event of an emergency. Otherwise, if you're on a duck on a 100-degree day, you definitely don't want to put a life preserver on.
Yeah, the boat did have 2 crew members, Colleen, a captain who survived, the driver who died. Is it normal for there to be 2 crew members on a boat like this?
Yeah, it is now, especially here in Boston. That changed a couple years ago also. It used to just be 1, and now for safety reasons, there are 2. I am just heartbroken for the family of duck people down in Missouri. If they're anything like Boston, they're 100% a family, and I just can't imagine.
Yeah, it's an awful, awful situation. Clearly, our heart goes out to all of them. Tell us a little bit about what are described as those plastic flaps on the boat. The company that operates the boat says they were lowered at the time of the accident. Does that make the boat safer?
My guess is the flaps were down due to weather. I don't know if it was raining. That's generally why the flaps would be down. And I can't speak to how they are in Missouri, but here in Boston, they both zipper and they Velcro from the outside. So if there's ever an issue, you could just literally push on the plastic curtain and it would fall out.
Would it make potentially make it more difficult for people to get out?
I mean, yes, if the flaps are down, but like I said, here in Boston, there are 2 different ways for the flaps to be dealt with. I can imagine that if there's water up against one of the sides, that would probably be hard to push it out. There's also the windshield of our ducks can lower for another exit point in an emergency, and then the back of the duck by the ladder would also be open.
What kind of certifications must these duck boats go through?
As a captain of a duck, you're actually U.S. Coast Guard certified. So that takes a course and passing an exam, passing a physical. It's renewed every 5 years. There are different hoops to jump through to upgrade your licenses to. So I would assume the captain of the duck is a Coast Guard licensed captain.
Yeah.
My heart just breaks for him.
Yeah, we're all in shock as a result of what happened. An awful, awful situation. Colleen Johnson, thanks so much for your expertise.